射箭的。
So that was my recent ascent of Stegosaurus Ridge, or Jianlongling in Chinese. As long-term viewers of the channel will know, it's actually my second ascent of that ridge, and I have a number of reasons for wanting to do it for a second time. The first one was that I wasn't really very happy with the video that I made the first time around, as my channel had just started. I think it was video number 3 on my channel, and my equipment has got better since then, and I'd like to think my camera skills have also improved, but you guys can be the judge of that. Another reason why I decided to do it again was because last time I didn't take the conventional route. This time I started from Nanya on the coast, and first you have to climb over a small peak called Nanzilin and then down into the valley, and then you start the ridge proper. So it added about another hour onto the hike time from the last time I did it. The other reason was, last time I was there, I didn't get to Teapot Mountain because as soon as I got to the summit, there was a storm and some lightning strikes. So I actually ran down the back way onto an access road to escape from the storm, and so I never got to go to Teapot Mountain. The third reason was that I actually wanted to enjoy it this time, because the first time I did it in August and it was super hot on that day. It was like 35 degrees, and I didn't take enough water because it was the first time I'd done the hike, and so it turned into a torturous exercise. The weather on the day that I did it was really good. It was clear skies, and even though it was only around 25 degrees, it was still very sunny. The ridge itself has very little shade, so you need to cover up. As you'll see from the video, even though I was completely covered up and had sunscreen, I still managed to get a slight sunburn on my face. So you really need to be careful when hiking this ridge. Now, a 700-meter ascent over roughly 7 kilometers and about 5 to 6 hours doesn't sound particularly strenuous, but actually Stegosaurus Ridge is one of the most physically challenging day hikes that you can do in northern Taiwan, as there is a lot of scrambling involved. I would say roughly 50-60% of the trail involves scrambling over rocks and walking on very uneven surfaces. The ridge is like that, so you're having to walk on the rock faces, and you have to use your hands a lot. So I would recommend taking some real climbing gloves or tough gloves, because I only wore fingerless gloves this time, and by the end of the trail my fingertips were like sandpaper. In addition to a good pair of gloves, you need to take enough water. It's quite a demanding route, and if the weather's hot, minimum 2 liters, but I would recommend 3 liters. I actually screwed up for the second time and didn't take enough water, although luckily, because it wasn't summer, I was okay this time. For a slow hiker, you're looking at 6 to 7 hours on the ridge, so you will need to take a decent amount of food, a nice lunch and a few snacks to keep you sustained and to give you enough energy for all that physical activity. Transport wise, it's not too difficult to get to the trailhead at Nanya. You can take several buses either from Keelung or from Ruifang. I'll put the information in the description below. But I actually drove to the trailhead and left my car at Nanya. At the end of the hike, I took a bus from Jinguashi down to the coast and then a short taxi ride back to the car at Nanya. But if you're doing it without your own transport, then you can take any number of buses from Jinguashi to Ruifang or to Jiufen, and from there you can get back to the Taipei area. So public transport is pretty convenient, although plan for a full day if you're going on public transport. I would say it's definitely not for beginners because there are a lot of technical parts, and also there's a couple of sections where you're actually right on the edge of the precipice with steep drops on either side. So if you're scared of heights, then I wouldn't recommend doing this trail. Now, if you do this trail on a weekend, it will be very busy as it's become very popular in the last few years. But during the week, it's not so busy, although I was actually surprised how many people were still climbing it. So in summary, 1. Be prepared for a very long day. Number 2. Make sure to take enough water and snacks. 3. There is no shade on the trail, so either cover up or take some very good sunscreen. And most importantly, please check the weather before setting out for this hike, because you do not want to get caught on this ridge during bad weather, as any rain and it becomes extremely slippery and quite dangerous. If you take heed of that advice, then you will guarantee to have a very enjoyable hike on what, in my opinion, is one of the best day hikes in the whole of Taiwan. Okay guys, so that's it for today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget, give me a like, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell for notifications to catch my video every Saturday morning. If you'd like to help support the channel, then you can click thanks down below or head on over to my buy me a coffee page like these beautiful people and buy me a coffee, or look at the other things that are available on the page. Remember, 3 or more coffees for the chance for a free Hikelopedia embroidered patch. In the meantime, take it easy and I'll see you next week. Over and out. Gotcha.